I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
Right, I'm going to start us at our usual favourite bit recently, housekeeping.
Oh yeah, well, it's good to tidy up.
It is, and this is just to follow up a tiny little nugget that we were dealing with either last episode or one before, can't remember which one. And you recall I mentioned a rather hideous X-type estate on the school run.
You did. It had been fingered a bit, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. And
that's right. Yeah. And I suggested something that you check out to see what model it was.
Yeah, I checked it out.
Ah, very good.
It does have the piping.
Then it is a sovereign. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, he really has ruined the nice one. There you go. So
oh dear, you see that's. I mean, it may not be the top level engine wise, but that would be the top level trim wise. Yes.
Okay. Because what engines are we talking there?
Well, in the what age?
Oh, I think it's got a private plate, which doesn't help matters.
Ah, okay. Well, I can't say anything. So did mine.
This is very true.
It came with it. What engines are you talking? You will be talking. It could have a 2-litre. Because there was a couple of engines they did away with by the time they did the estate, because that came later.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can pin it down to a fuel type. It's definitely diesel with the clouds coming out of that thing.
Right, it'll either be a 2-litre or a 2.2 then.
Okay.
That was the only two choices at that point.
Good God, right. Okay, so I need to figure that out then. So if I can I'll get a plate for next time. We'll keep updating you on how hideous this thing is. We'll get you an engine size next.
I'd like to, because I like an X-type estate, despite the issues. I do like them, and
I suppose I should grab you a photo. I mean, I probably won't publish it online for everyone else. It's a bit name and shame, but
just for me, yes,
yeah.
That'll either be a 2-litre or a 2.2 diesel. Could be manual or automatic.
Okay.
Could be well, again, depending on age, it'll either be a 5-speed or a 6-speed manual, or it'll have the Randall handle J-gate automatic.
Oh, the J-gate, yeah. Right, okay. Yeah. I reckon I can get close enough to find this info. I'll tell you what. Might lure a few more people in. I'll tell you what. If I could put the photo in our Discord, couldn't I?
Oh, you could. That's true. Yeah, bring in the gang that's on there. Yeah.
So we can do that. So and if you're not in it and you want to join it, there's a link on the website. So.
Oh, very good.
So there we go.
Oh, they're all and sundry in there.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, there could be an X-type treat in there if you click on the button. Assuming I've got a picture and I've remembered to put it in there. So disclaimers up front.
Neither of those things is guaranteed. No.
It's not, but I did check the piping on the seats for you. So
yeah, that's true. And if it's going, because you mentioned the walnut steering wheel,
I did. Yes,
piping on the seats, walnut steering wheel. That's definitely a sovereign.
Mm-hmm.
A sovereign diesel. See, the Holy Grail is a very late, so a facelift, a 2008 or 2009.
Ooh, last 2 years, wasn't it?
Yeah, last 2 years of production. So a really late estate, 3-litre V6 all-wheel drive automatic.
That's the sweet spot, isn't it?
If I came across one, even now, if I came across one of those, I might have it.
Dawn would be livid.
Yes, you would. Although I would have to explain that it is a very different animal to the one that we had before.
I don't think that's going to calm her down.
It being petrol for a start. No, it wouldn't. No, she'd be, most annoyed.
I'd love to be there. I mean, the expletives would be tremendous.
Oh, it'd be some language. Yeah. Yeah. Would not be a calm evening if that was sat outside. No. But nevertheless, if you're going to have one, I would say the 3-litre V6 all-wheel drive late model.
Okay. Don't get me wrong, I quite like them.
Yeah, I still do. I got a real soft spot for them. I loved the one I had, and it was, like I said in the past, it was the most disappointing car I've ever owned because I really, really liked it, and when it fell to pieces, I was so disappointed.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I like how they look. I still like how they look, even before I knew that old Callum had a hand in the design of the estate.
Oh, he did, yeah.
He did the back bit. But I like how it looked. It was a lovely place to sit. It was incredibly comfortable. It had all the toys. And it was my first Jag, and that's always.
Oh, yeah.
That's always special.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, I can see that.
But it sounds like this chap's got the right trim level, but the wrong engine.
It's not the only thing that's wrong with it, as we've discussed. Yeah, right. I must get you a photo so you can experience it firsthand.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
Okay,
I'd like to see it because they're not a common sight anymore. The X-Type estate. Well, X-Types generally aren't, but the estate is becoming a bit of a rare spot.
Yes. So leave it with me. I'll entertain you shortly.
Very good.
Right, there we go. Hideous butchered X-Type aside. You recall a little while back I had a moan because the Mini left us in a lurch.
Yes, you had an issue. Yeah.
Yeah. It's back and all as well. It took a while. He's all right as a mechanic, but he's not quick. And I did spring it on him on a Saturday night.
You did leave an abandoned broken Mini outside his premises, yes.
So I can't be too upset. But
no,
yeah, she's back, and I haven't driven it in ages. Even before it conked out, I hadn't really driven it.
No,
but I went for a spin the other day because it was the only vehicle on offer because mine wasn't on the drive.
Okay, that'll happen.
Yeah, that does happen. God, it's all right at the minute.
Very good. They are cracking little cars.
Honestly, I've forgotten the last time I drove it.
Yeah. Yeah, they are good. You can't knock them.
No, you can't. And I tell you what, I've been in an hour and going, I really should pull my finger out and get that serviced. Really should do that. Honest, I really should do that.
Really should. Yes,
and it's spurred me on now. Going, oh right, yeah, this is quite fun. This is worth a bit of time and effort to do that because I mean, it's not rocket science. I can cope with servicing that.
Yes. Yeah. I love those minis. I really do. I'd have another one of those as well. They're just cracking.
Yeah, after having a go and thinking, well, actually, if it drives this well, needing a service and has got some questionable front tyres, you think just imagine when it's done.
Yeah, fantastic.
So,
yeah, they are good. They are good. They're worth spending some money on.
Yeah, and when I was towards the end of the last year, actually, I was flicking through an Evo, and they were still raving about the early Coopers, the Y plates and the 51s.
Yeah,
they said well, actually, I think it went a bit further because I think it went to about 53 plates before they got the minor tweaks.
The minor facelift happened with the 04 plates because mine was an 04.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah,
mine was an 04, and mine was one of the first of the. So it was a very minor tweak, and then they did the big facelift in 2006.
That sounds right. Yep.
That's when they dramatically changed it, and it got a little bit bigger. But the 04s were the slightly different bumpers, slightly different lights, but it was effectively the same thing.
Yeah,
but yeah, they were cracking. They really were. And they're not big money.
No, and I'm curious about how long that's going to last.
Yeah, I mean, they're not exactly in short supply. I mean, the really early ones are, but the later, the rest of the run are not in short supply. But yeah, I do keep an eye on those because I've always been sort of half tempted to get another one.
And like you say, I mean, I suppose we picked that one up for pence.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not big money, and there's loads of them around.
Mm.
You could even go for a Cooper S, the supercharged one.
People have said that it's a bit more hassle.
It's an added level of complexity that, to be honest, it doesn't really need.
No.
The ordinary Cooper is plenty good enough, which is what I had and what you've got. Yeah, I do look at them every so often and think, ooh, ooh,
yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, they're cracking. They really, really cracking.
There you go then. Well, you're still going to buy an S-Type R, so it doesn't really matter, does it? So
I think that's a truth we're coming to terms with now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's come up a lot, and I'm just waiting for the inevitable text message when it has occurred, and we've gone, transaction complete. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. S-Type achieved. Yes.
Yeah, that's it. And
it'll just be there.
As we keep discussing, the prices keep coming in the right direction because the fuel has not gone down at all at any point.
And it's not going to, is it?
No. I mean, even if the world calms down slightly, all the oil companies have gone, well, people are paying it, they need it, so we'll keep the price there then.
Yeah, and they proudly announce their profits at the end of the quarters, and another few $100 billion, and they're laughing at us. But like you say,
we're paying it.
Yeah.
We're still paying it.
We are, because we've got no choice.
No, let's say, would you like your car to move? Yes, then put some fucking fuel in it.
Yes, because electric cars are still too expensive, and there you go. But
yes, well, we can rant about that all day. And Mr. Chancellor, he can go and insert himself up his own arse for all I can.
Oh, he's been on telly again today.
Yeah, that's why he's fresh in the mind, because I read some news articles this morning and swore at the telephone as I scrolled through them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just utter gobshite of a man.
Yes. Yeah, oh yeah.
Being led by an even bigger gobshite. So
there's a whole collection of them, but let's not get into that.
No. There was just a lot of venom earlier, and I just I could see it there for a minute, but I'm holding back.
Yeah, right. I think you should. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Right. Let's just cars.
Right. Cars. Let's focus on that. Yeah.
You know, we were speaking about potential work vehicles for Kayleigh.
We did cover that. Yeah, Lecky vans. Yes.
Lecky vans, and did I say on air or was it off podcast where there was a curveball option? Mainly for my amusement, just to see if it could happen. The Nissan Cube.
You did mention a love for the Cube, yes.
Yes. And I said I was going to test the water. I think that was where I left it.
You were going to voice it as a potential and see how it went down, yeah.
Yeah. Well, as it turns out.
Oh!
You're thinking, well, all right. I mean, Lecky van, that probably makes sense.
It certainly does in terms of running costs, yes. You can't really compete with that.
No. But as soon as I went in with the curve, we'll go, oh, God, what about one of these? Because it's a bit different. And it's like, immediately leapt at that.
Wow. Okay.
So
new family wagon, perhaps?
I don't know. Well, it butters many parsnips, doesn't it?
It does, yes. Yes, an eminently practical vehicle, yes.
And it's got a bit of rarity on its side like that, bit of Japanese quirkiness.
Yeah, you like the Japanese stuff, don't you?
I do. I mean, it's not a performance vehicle by any stretch, but it is.
Oh no,
it's a bit different, and I got a bit of time for different. I like that.
Yeah. Different is good. Different is good. Well, that's one to have on the list then.
That's a weird one, isn't it? Because you think, well, all right, well, if you're going to spend a few grand on one of those, it's better. I'd say it's better spent on one of those than being like plain and boring and going, I'll just buy a clapped out Citroen Berlingo.
No, don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that. No, that's been done anyway on another YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't do that. That would be very disappointing. Yeah, it would be a mistake. Yeah.
It would be a mistake because, all right, you go, right, I've got a Berlingo van. It's got a thoroughly agricultural diesel in it. And you think, this is not progress. At least a cube with a petrol engine, and they got the weird CVT gearboxes.
Yes, you wouldn't be happy with a Berlingo on many levels.
No,
that would just not satisfy you at all.
I don't want to be associated with that. Really,
no, you don't. It's nasty.
Well, it is, and if you buy a rickety one for a few grand, it's going to be ancient. It's going to have done moon and back miles, and it's going to be hanging out. It's going to be hanging out of its own arse.
It is. It's false economy. You're going to spend a fortune keeping it going. You're going to spend a fortune on fuel. It's going to stink inside and out, and you're just going to hate yourself for having it because it's just you're just going to derive no pleasure from that at all. And quite aside from the environmental damage it's going to do.
Yes, I think you probably have your own hole in the ozone if you run one of those.
It would follow you around. Yes. No, don't do that. A cube would be interesting and fun and still practical. As you say, petrol rather than diesel. So that's going to be a little bit nicer.
It's a bit nicer in general, but it's I don't know. Well, Kayleigh likes the idea of the van. It's a very difficult. It's a difficult sell. That was a harder sell than a cube, actually, because I think she gets a bit stuck. And I mean, I can see her point of view as well, because you go, right, I want to lease a van. And you go, at no point do I own anything. It feels a bit like dead money.
Yeah, absolutely. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot in the favour of the electric van. But I know, it depends what kind of deal you get, doesn't it, as to whether you're buying it to own it or not. But
then the argument, I just sort of say, well, again, do you want to buy to own with electric at the moment with the tech moving on so fast?
Well, there's that too. Yeah, do you actually want to own any electric vehicle with the rate that it's all developing? Yeah, I grant you. I mean, that vehicle is only for local use, so, the enormous range and really fast charging are not of particular interest in that instance. And the running costs clearly are going to be minuscule.
Yes.
But, is it the right time to buy it? And is it the right sort of thing? Because a van is only a van, whereas the cube can be a van and a family car.
That's it, because I mean, I'm not an aficionado on it, but I've got. I don't know if they all have it, but some of them certainly have the rear, like the proper rear seats that are virtually in the boot. So you've got additional seating there. But I'm curious whether the rear seats themselves can be actually removed.
I don't know. It's not a vehicle I've ever done a lot of research into, so I don't know. But I'd be surprised if it didn't have quite a clever interior where you could, fold and clip and bend and collapse or perhaps even remove altogether. Yes.
Yeah, because I think, well, that's something that could be. Right. Okay.
And there's some. Because they made it for quite a long time, didn't they? So there are a number of different model years.
There are. They're all quite interesting. I think if I had any say in it, which I'm not going to, because I'm not going to be the one parting with cash.
It's not you buying it.
No, it's not. But if I had any say in it, I'd like an early one. I prefer the styling of the earlier ones over the newer ones.
Yes, I think I probably do too.
Quite like
what little I've seen on them. Well, I did maybe do a little research and see. I mean, what do you know? What sort of money they're going for?
Seems to be quite a wide range.
Yeah.
Anywhere sort of between. I mean, I have seen them as low as 2, and up to about 5 for those early ones, depending on mileage, condition. Some, as you'd imagine, have been a little bit pimped.
Yes, well, we saw some, didn't we, at Haynes that had been twiddled with. Yes.
Yeah. So there's a lot on offer. I would say a lot. There's quite a bit considering the rarity. I mean, there's not pages and pages, but there's enough, and there's a bit for every sort of need. I think there's always a cheap one on sale, and there's always an expensive one. There's always a modified one.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I've just done an Auto Trader search actually, and 3.5 is the cheapest one, and where do we get up to? And 7 is the most expensive. So yeah, you were about right on your range.
Because I limited it to a year range. I can't remember what year's range I looked at, but yeah, it was just to ensure it was original models.
Most of them are the later ones, but there are some of the earlier ones.
Because I had a look around various places, and there's a reasonable amount out there. But so that is something, and we've said at the moment, because we're off on holiday towards the end of August.
Yes,
we said we won't be making any vehicle changes until we get back.
Yeah, well, that's fair. See which way the wind blows.
So that's it. So once we're back off that, then I'm fairly convinced something will be occurring. Be
it an electric van or a Nissan Cube at this point.
Yes. Those are strong contenders, and if I was a betting man, I'd say it would be more Cube at the moment.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I would be very interested in your progress on that.
Well, that's it. And if one arrives as well, we'll be content heavy on that.
Oh, won't we just? Yes. Oh, yes. Definitely.
Some Japanese quirkiness, yeah.
Oh, love a bit of that. That still leaves us perhaps with a question mark over your vehicle.
Yep.
But that's less pressing, of course.
That's less pressing, and the caveat that I put on it when we originally spoke about it, I said, while it works, I will use it. And at present, it's working fine.
It is working, so you will keep the Volvo going a bit longer until it decides it's had enough.
Yep. Yes. But so far, so good. I've got a fairly chunky journey for it next month. What month are we in now? No.
We are
July.
May.
Yes, we are. Sorry, no, I'm ahead of myself. July. So I've got to do.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing airport run.
Okay, right.
So
okay,
but it's those sort of things is absolutely fine with.
Cruising on the motorway is not, that's going to be fine, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not been its biggest issue.
No.
In the world of gearboxes, its biggest issue in the world of gearboxes is spending all day sitting in traffic. It doesn't like that.
Yes, which an airport run tends not to be much of that. So
no, I'm imagining it'll be busy at Heathrow because it's always busy at Heathrow. But
it never stops, does it? No, that's right. But if you can kick your passengers out without actually having to stop, perhaps.
Oh no, I'm collecting.
Oh, you're collecting. Well, they're going to have to run. Pop the boot open.
No, I will make use of the extortionate car park.
Oh, very good.
That's okay. That's always an eye opener because every time I go there, there's always a couple of years gap between my last visit to Heathrow and go, how much is it going to do to my credit card this time?
Well, I was going to say you might need to have a word with the mortgage company. Stick a bit on to pay for that.
I think my favourite one was it was a while ago now as well. I'm thinking it's probably 10 years ago. I dropped my mum and dad and my nan and granddad off at Bristol Airport. And I was stationary for 30 seconds in the drop-off zone. £1.
Oh, there you go. They never miss.
That's right. Why is this a thing? It's just unbelievable.
Yes, you dared to hover. and they got you.
It's like, well, my nan was not the most able-bodied of ladies, and you think, well, 30 seconds was pushing it to
yes, that's a quick turnaround. Yes.
Yeah, but there we go.
Oh dear. Right. Well, do keep us posted on that. This is very interesting. Yeah,
I will do, because we also had the discussion of going, well, we said, well, we don't want to do it until we've had our holiday back.
Yeah.
And then we know because I've earmarked a reasonable chunk of funds for holiday for while we're there. And I think we've way over egged it. And I think actually we'll return from holiday with quite a bit of that cash.
Right. So
considering we booked, this was like a holiday we had left over from lockdown. It's been bought and paid for ages.
Yes, this is a holiday you couldn't take, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
So and it's all inclusive as well. So it's not like we'll be spending on the bits and the bobs. And
so you don't need big spends for when you're there.
No.
So
no, that's it. It's going to be. I'm going to gorge on food and all of the booze.
Yes,
I'm going to have one of
as much as they can provide. Yes.
I remember on our honeymoon, we were down on the Amalfi Coast, and we had all inclusive there, and they apologised. Actually, they barely were in the door, and they apologised. Said, "You are all inclusive. You can have whatever you want, whenever you want." I said, "But I really am sorry, but you can't have alcohol until 10 a.m."
Well, that's disgusting. I'm not staying here.
Find me a table so I may flip it.
It's
ridiculous.
Bring me a waiter so I may punch him. Yes.
Oh, my goodness me. Yeah, so I think
our
reply
until 10 a.m.
I think our reply was, well, I don't have no intention of being awake before 10 a.m, so it's not an issue.
No, consciousness will not have occurred by then, so it's fine. Yes.
No, so that's good. What I really liked about that as well, when they had some really nice restaurants all in this place, but the first night we were there, I thought I had some steak of some sort. I thought, so maybe a glass of wine be nice for that. Actually, yeah, get a nice glass of red, something like that. So I asked for one, and they said, "Oh, it's all inclusive. So once we've opened the bottle, you can just have that." So that was it. So a glass turned into an entire bottle.
They had no idea who they were dealing with there, did they?
That's it. And it was all mine as well. Kayleigh's not a fan of red, so I had.
Oh, what a shame!
Bearing in mind, I already had cocktails on the go.
Oh dear! There you go. Dreadful state. Yeah. Dreadful state.
And I do remember. I do. It went down as I don't know. It almost became a bloody meme on Facebook. We were there on one of the days. It absolutely chucked it down. However, there was it was a really nice place, and there were hot tubs sort of dotted around all over the place, but they were covered, which was nice. Yeah. So we said, right, let's make a mad dash in the rain and go and leap in a hot tub. So soon, you get a bit wet, but you're about to get in a big.
You're going to get exactly.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I legged it, leapt in the closest empty one I could find, and happy as a pig in the proverbial.
Yes.
And Kayleigh took a photo, put it on Facebook of me in the hot tub, bubbled up, loving life. Just cue all of the responses from my delightful friends going, I bet the bubbles aren't even turned on, are they? That's just him.
They know you well.
Yeah, you bunch of bastards.
There you go. That's going to happen. Yes. Horrible.
It's very venomous.
It's cruel, I think, isn't it? Yes, indeed. There's no concern for your feelings there.
Slander.
Yes, absolutely. I imagine you came back and wrote to the Daily Telegraph about them. Anyway.
I don't even know. How did we get there?
How did we budget for a car?
Oh, that was it. Wait until we get back to holiday.
Left over.
That was it, yes. Oh, well, Yeah, yes, there we go.
Yes.
Too much of a tangent there. Right.
A little bit, but that's fine. You can never have too much of a hot tub.
No. Do you remember cars? Remember those?
Yeah, we do talk about them occasionally. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm going to do just another little bit of housekeeping for us. You do recall we speculated heavily, much like the internet did, about the teaser from ProDrive.
We did. Yes, I've seen some more on this myself.
Yes, we've had the announcement.
Yes.
We haven't had the full unveiling. We've seen nice sketches of the car. It will be unveiled at Goodwood.
Okay, yes, I'm looking at a sketch of it now. Yes.
So it's the ProDrive P25, and it's to commemorate 25 years since the first Subaru Impreza World Rally car made its winning debut.
Yes.
So it's basically, they've said, we want to take the essence of the most famous Impreza, the 22B, the one that's the most sought after and the most expensive, as we found out.
Yes.
But they're giving it a bit of modern tech, in the sense of it lightweight, more handling tweaks to fit in with the 25 theme. They're beefing it up even further, so it's 2.5 litre engine.
Okay, yeah.
We're going to be in excess of 400 horsepower. Speed, semi-automatic paddle shift.
Okay.
We got carbon fiber and all sorts of stuff on it.
Right.
And to fit in with the 25 again, there will just be 25
25 of them. Right.
And they will be, I would imagine, they haven't said, but I'm assuming they've all sold already.
I would think so. Yes. Yeah, you won't get anywhere near that.
So that's it. Yeah, so that will be at the Festival of Speed next month.
Right.
Or by the time this airs, by the time this airs, that'll be the Goodwood Festival of Speed this month.
Yes. Yeah, it will. Yes, you're right. Yes, indeed.
Oh, so
lovely. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking good.
And customers who have been lucky enough to A, get hold of one, and B, have the wherewithal to pay for it, will receive theirs later this year.
Not long to wait then.
No, that's it. And they're all being built by ProDrive at ProDrive in Banbury.
Lovely.
It's going to be pornography.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolute filth. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. It's going to build on that 22B goodness, and then just go, never ever gonna even get close.
No, you're not even going to be allowed to sniff it.
No. But that's what we said about 22B, and I was close enough to sniff it, wasn't I? The other
true.
Day.
Yeah, that's true. You were. You did get very close. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you hadn't have been, people hadn't been around, you might have been able to give it a little stroke. Yeah. Not like that.
No.
Yes, that's it's true. Yeah, maybe one day in a museum or something. Yeah.
Oh, I tell you what. I mean, there's going to be such a capable car with a cracking engine. I hope at least one of these 25 people just really hammers this bloody thing.
Yeah, it deserves it, doesn't it? Yeah, actually use it. Don't just tuck it away somewhere.
There's going to be someone who's going to go, you know what? I'm going to thrash this. And
yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to have this.
Yeah, yes. Please do. Because I just think, do you reckon? I know we've only seen the sketch, but the 22B looks beefy, doesn't it? But yes, I reckon this one's going to look beefier. I reckon they're going to I don't think it's going to be over the top. I reckon they're just going to tweak every little bit and go, right.
The sketches certainly suggest that. I know they are only sketches, so you can only take them with a pinch of salt. But
because you think back to the Imprezas on the rally stages, and you go, right, those 2-door ones, they were just fantastic. But those 2-door ones, when they were in tarmac rally spec, just just low there. The obviously it just absolutely slammed it. For that, and think if it's gonna a bit of that.
I think everyone's waiting for that, aren't they? I think they'd be very disappointed if it's not that.
It's certainly, like you said, the sketches do suggest that.
They do. I mean, the sketches often do for these things, but yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Well done them. Well done them.
Yeah. So the internet can calm down and go, right, no, it's just 25 really beefy rally cars, and it's I tell you what, as well, on the sketches, did you notice that they did the really small wing mirrors, like off the rally cars?
I didn't notice that, but now you've said it, I can see it. Yeah.
I hope that carries over, because even the 22B, I'm sure that had regular wing mirrors.
Okay. Yeah, you might be right.
I'll tell you what, let's not speculate. I did take several photos of one.
Oh,
so
go on, bring them up.
I'm attempting. I'd say I'll bring them up. They're on my phone, so that makes it slightly harder because I have to skim through the sea of nonsense that's on there.
Yes.
Oh, well, you know what it's like on.
I certainly do. Yeah.
Well, you're a tech person too, so you have to take photos of every bloody thing just in case.
Oh, absolutely. My photo library is full of server serial numbers and switches and all sorts of very tedious things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God, I've forgotten to copy and paste the license key. I'll quickly take a photo of it and stuff
as
like
well.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, regular wing mirrors on the 22B.
Okay, very good. That's a nice touch. We'll see if that's sketch or if it's real. I mean, everybody's going to be analysing that sketch, but it is only a sketch. So let's.
Yes, it's not to scale by any stretch, but
it's not.
Interestingly, though, again, we're reading a lot into a sketch here. It doesn't. They've not gone for gold wheels on it.
They don't appear to have. No.
But I'd be interested to see, because obviously the 22B was rocking the gold wheels.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we'll have to see. They look they look black, which will annoy you straight off the bat. But
there will be a strongly worded letter hitting ProDrive's doorstep
if that comes with factory fitted black wheels. You're going to be so angry.
Yeah. But it looks so wrong. A 90s car on black wheels is going to look ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. And they shouldn't make them too big either, because that wasn't a 90s thing either.
No. I mean, the ones on the 22B were quite big, but they're not excessive.
Not to today's standards, where you can barely tell there is a tyre.
No, because it's a tricky one, because I want to say, just judging by eye, I don't think they were. But it's 17s a push.
Yeah, probably something like that.
But that is going off my brain box, and having looked at a photo here, it's really, I don't know. That is severe speculation. It's very difficult to get the perspective because I got a wonky photo.
Yeah,
I'll have a punt. I'll have a punt and say 17.
17 sounds about what it would be. They're not. There's quite. If you look at the sketch, we shouldn't. But if you look at the sketch, there is quite a bit of rubber there.
There's a bit of sideball there, isn't there? Yeah.
But then the tyres are so pushed up in the wheel arches that would never move. So
no.
There is obviously a little bit of artistic license there.
Well, we're looking forward to it. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, that's going to be good. Yeah. And they could be like a graphite grey, actually, looking at the...
We could, I'd accept. Because what we're looking at for Festival of Speed, that starts 23rd of June.
It's end of the month, isn't it?
Yeah. So even where we are now, we're less than a month from where we are.
We are just about less than a month. Yeah, only just, but yeah.
And I've seen in Goodwood's of years gone by of sneaky photos beforehand, because obviously they have to get a lot in there and stuff set up. There's always some crafty little sod with a camera phone making it so.
Yeah, difficult to stop these days.
So we'll look forward to a bit of that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice.
So I can just lust over that, really, can I? So
you'll come over all unnecessary with that.
Yeah. Well, it's been exacerbated a little bit of late because there's been a lot of Gran Turismo and some 22B action in there.
You've been on the box, haven't you?
Yeah, well, it's quite well. Occasionally it does enrage, but more often than not, it's a nice little treat at the end of the working day.
Yes, nothing wrong with that. I quite often look on Discord and see that you're playing one thing or another.
Yes, or a couple of Fridays back where, oh dear, things got out of hand on.
Yeah.
Oh, it got out of hand the second time after that one I told you about.
Oh, it yammed again, did it?
Oh, it went right off the chain. I fell asleep mid game as well.
Oh,
much
dear.
to their amusement.
It's not the first time that's happened, is it?
That's not the first time it's happened, but that was definitely alcohol related because it had the beers, then the rums, then there was some port and various other things from the drinks cabinet while I was left to my own devices.
Dear.
With the other two egging me on because they were a bit pissed as well.
Oh, it's not good.
No, it's very childish, if you ask me.
It's very childish, yeah, absolutely. I hope you chastised yourself in the morning.
Oh, that didn't need to chastise myself. I was hanging out my arse.
Well, there you are, yes.
Yeah, so there we go. I thought you'd enjoy that. Right,
That's
okay.
lovely, that. Classy.
Cars. What you got for us? Have you got some cars for us?
Well, you know, I'm often a browsing. Yeah. And I came across this, which I'm going to just send you a link
don't be
to.
like that constant thing from Clarkson during that one.
Oh yes, I've been on the internet.
I don't want to see that.
I've been on the internet and I found this. Yeah,
I've seen that picture. Thank you very much. Because that's well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because he said that every week and it was blurred out, but it was to shock the studio audience. It was the same photo each week. So there you go.
Oh, was it? Oh, that's disappointing. Yeah. Okay.
And if you haven't seen the photo, do remind me, and I'll make it so for you.
I don't think I have actually.
Right.
Don't think I ever have. But anyway, that's
I'll
not what I'm going to send you now because I'm going to be because there's a little motorsport link here, and I'm interested in your opinion of this.
Bloody hell!
So, there you go. Have a look at that. Now, ladles and jelly spoons, what I have sent him the link to, and you can hear the noises he's making there, is a advert on Car and Classic for a 1998 Jaguar XK8 in Gulf livery.
Right.
All the opinions.
There's a lot of effort gone in there.
There has, because that's a really quality job.
Someone's really bothered that.
They have.
To do that. And
that's a really good job.
But I'm just struggling to figure out why.
Yeah, I am as well.
I like a Golf livery as much as the next man. But
I like a Golf livery and we like an XK8. But
there's why are they on? Why?
Yeah, I know it's wrong, isn't it? The price is wrong as well for an XK8, but nevertheless,
I
don't get that either.
No,
I got because it shouldn't be on a Jaguar, should it?
No. Because I don't know why they've bothered. Because it's obviously that that particular variant of XK never got raced as far as I know.
No, it didn't. No,
and
never.
Certainly not in those colours.
No, and it says in the advert that's not a wrap. That's been painted.
Oh bloody hell! I didn't actually read it. Obviously, I can't multitask. So
that's on there.
Oh my god!
It's no graphics. It says that has been painted.
For goodness sake!
So you can't just. I mean, it's overpriced for an XK8, so you wouldn't anyway. But you're not peeling that off. That's going to cost to get rid of that.
That's ridiculous.
Yes, you can't have that in your driveway with a hairdryer.
No, and I just don't understand why you'd motorsport it up when it has no credentials and no association with that particular livery.
None at all. And I don't know what's going on with those wheels.
They've they've been bad as well, haven't they? They're
they are, aren't they?
two-tone.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what's the next, the one that followed that, the XK that followed that,
the Callum one.
X150.
Yeah, you could be right. I'm not. Yeah,
that did briefly go GT racing, but
okay, but
in
not
British Racing Green.
Yeah, not in golf livery. I don't
No.
understand that at all. And
No.
it's the fact that somebody has put so much effort into that, because that's a paint job. That's a really top quality job by the look of it. There's a lot of money and time and effort gone into that, and it's on the wrong car. I saw that and thought, oh, I've got to show him that, because that's just weird.
Because I mean, it's weird because you can't accuse it of being crap because it's really well done.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But why has it been done? Right.
Yes.
I mean, that has it has spoiled it, because one of those in those bold colours is too much.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
One of those XKs, the X100 for everyone at home. They suit the 90s colours.
Yeah, they do.
All the sort of
they do.
Deep metallic colours,
deep metallic reds and
greens, blues,
the greens. Yeah, all of those colours. Yeah.
Because it always looked a bit crap in a solid colour.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it always looked a bit crap in a light colour as well. I always thought, because they did them in pale metallic blues and silvers.
Oh, you think back to Hot Fuzz? They had a pale metallic blue convertible, didn't they?
They did. Yeah, it always looked better in darker colours. Yeah, the XK8 as well, I always thought rode a little bit high. The XKR with the slightly lowered suspension made a huge difference, and that one looks a little bit high.
Yes,
because I think those are, or were before they had Atom, I think those are XKR alloys, because the XK8 had smaller wheels, either 15 or 16 inch.
Yeah, it did. And the XK8 ones, weren't they? They were more pronounced spokes, and they had kind of an inward dish, didn't they?
They did, which those do a little bit. But I think those are XKR wheels.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you're bang on there.
Or they were before somebody had at them with orange and sky blue paint. Yes.
Yes.
Supposed to be silver. Yeah, I don't you look at that and somebody's put so much effort into that. And they've done, as you say, they've done a really good job, and I don't understand why.
Do you know what? I mean, I know it wasn't him, but it's got all the hallmarks of Ed China getting too carried away.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
Because he bloody loves orange, that boy.
He does love a bit of orange. He's made it his corporate colour, in fact. Yeah. Yes, that is the sort of thing he would do, but there is no evidence that he has had anything to do with
I don't think he's anywhere near this, but...
No. But yes, you're right. There's no mention of it having come out of a dodgy TV show, but no, I don't get that at all. That's very strange.
No, neither you or I will be buying that.
No, certainly not. And as I say, you can't even think you'll buy it and just peel the wrap off, because that's been painted.
Right, well, that's good.
I thought you'd enjoy it.
I love the way that as well. I was having a quick skim of the description. I mean, it's not actually very comprehensive in terms of...
It's not a very good advert. No, not at all. It doesn't tell you much about the actual car.
No, but it does have... They boldly state that it comes with the V5. Well, good. Otherwise, you're not really selling it, are you?
Yes, otherwise I think you'll find that's illegal.
Yeah.
You can't sell it without the V5, you idiot.
Well, that's good. Great. Cheers for that.
Oh, good. You're selling it legally then. It's not stolen. I mean, who would? I mean, that's
you're
not
not.
the that's not
You're
the
not
one
getting
to
away
nick.
with it, are you? No.
But $7,000 for an XK8 is too much anyway.
No, that's
They
it.
don't go for that.
No, because I've scrolled down from where that was, and for a fiver under £5,000, there's a gorgeous blue one.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah,
That's got those split rim alloys on it. Off the those ones are off the R as well, weren't they? But this is just
the split rims. I know about this. The split rim ones were from the XK8 100, which was the anniversary special edition that they did. Because they also did an XJR 100 that had the same wheels.
Okay, and they're just gorgeous. And these ones are in such wonderful condition because split rims normally go where the joy is.
Do. They fall apart. Yeah, that's right. If you're not really fastidious about keeping them clean, they just disintegrate. Yeah.
But that's lovely. That's sort of it's not like really deep blue. It's dark enough. Combine that with the nice
one. Yes, those are the XKR 100 wheels. But again, they don't belong on an XK8 because the XKR was slightly lower. It just makes the whole thing look better. That one sits a bit high, particularly at the back. But yes, those are. But that's you do very occasionally. You'll see a 100 edition one come up, but then, I mean, they only made 100, and they only made 100 of the XJR as well.
Right. Okay.
That had the same wheels, but they were all black with black interiors, and they had those wheels on them. They do occasionally come up, but not very often. But yeah, those alloys look fantastic when they're in good nick, but they so rarely are.
I'm looking at. I've gone down the rabbit hole here a little bit.
You have.
One here that's low mileage. I mean, granted, that is low. It's 32,000 miles for an XK8. 2001 model in green. Really nice. 16,500.
Yeah, some of the prices here. I mean, there's ones that are more than that.
That's insane. Who's paying that?
Yeah, I know. For one of those, that's not right. That's definitely not right.
No, because it's not trouble-free motor in that, I'm afraid.
No, it isn't. Because Kayleigh's expressed an interest in one of those, isn't she?
Yeah, she's very fond of the convertibles. She likes a bit of that.
Yeah. The convertibles are a little bit more expensive.
Yes, in fact, I've skimmed through and found one here.
Yeah.
This one has... what? Oh, God, where is this from? What plate is that? This is...
Oh, I think
Denmark?
Where are you?
Yes,
looking?
Denmark. Yeah. I was on Car and Classic as well. Still, I was just skimmed a bit further down.
Yeah, I think I'm scrolling down the same list that you are.
And it looks to be dark blue, and this is maybe they got the number wrong here, but considering it's in kilometers, so that's 122,000 kilometers. So that's what's that? That's 70-ish thousand miles, but perhaps a bit more than 70. And the price is £26,500.
Oh, that one. Yes, I was hoping you might land on that one.
Like what?
Yeah, I know that doesn't make any sense.
No, I mean, even if they've badged it wrong and it's meant to be euros, that's still too much.
Yeah, it is way too much. Yeah. Whereas there's a 97 one here, XK8, convertible in looks to be black. Oh no, it is British Racing Green. Sorry, the picture's not brilliant. 5,950.
All right. Yep, I've just clicked on it actually.
Yeah, see that one.
That's more in the reason.
That's where you'd want to be. That's what I'd expect to pay for a convertible. Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah. Hang on. There is an issue with that one.
Oh, is there?
Have you seen the seat covers?
Oh, let's go in and have a look, shall we? What have they done to the interior then?
Fortunately, they are only covers.
Okay, yes, interesting.
It just, I mean, the seats, they have shown pictures of the seats without the covers on, and the driver's seat has seen a lot of arse.
It has. That needs a bit of work, doesn't it?
But and what I don't like is whoever's been sat in that driver's seat has been a wide individual, because all of their essence has rubbed off on the center console there as well. Yes, there is some staining.
Oh, there's a lot of essence in there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yes, I think you need to get a professional valeter on that. Yes.
Oh,
you could bring that back. You could bring that back.
There's one bit of stitching that needs doing on that.
Yes.
On the base of the seat there.
Yeah.
And yes, some thorough cleaning on that bloody console, because because you can, for want of a better phrase, you can see the tide mark.
Yep.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. That's very true. Apart from that, it looks quite tidy.
Yeah.
The leopard skin seat covers can come off, but yes.
Yes.
I suppose they'd be Jaguar skin.
Yeah, I would assume so, actually.
That's on the correct wheels for an XK8. That's what it should be. And it's in the correct colour.
Yeah, that I like, yeah. There's a lot to like about it. I mean, and the rest of the stuff can be cleaned off, so it's not a problem.
Can. That's a more... See, 5950 is about where it should be for one of those. That's where you're at. I don't know where they're getting 29 and upwards like that.
No, that's it. Because in my head, I think probably for something like we just looked at there, just needs a bit of a clean and a bit of TLC, $5,000. Or if you want something a bit nicer, you could go all the way up to 10. Yeah,
that's about the range.
All of these other numbers seem insane.
They do. You pay a little bit less for the coupe, but yeah. That's about the range you'd be looking at. Once you're up over 25, I don't know what you're talking about then. That makes no sense.
No, the world's gone crazy at that point.
It's not that good a car.
No, because there's is there still quite a bit of XJS underneath that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not a bit.
I mean, it is one. That's what we're saying.
Yes. It and the DB7 were basically an XJS underneath. Yes, it was a 30-year-old design when it was new.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And they were still using the old 4-litre V8 engine that they'd had in everything forever.
Yeah.
So, yes, that was not... am I right in thinking that was the first new design to come out of the Ford era of Jaguar? I think it was. That
does sound right. It sounds like you got your timing spot on there.
Yeah, I think that was the first new model, but it wasn't really a new model. It was a warmed over XJS with a different body. Yes, because that would have been... That one's 97.
Yep.
Yeah, so that would have been... Yeah, that would have been about right. And that was also the year they launched the DB7. So, yeah.
That all ties in quite nicely. Yeah,
that'd be spot on. So, yeah, lots of XJS and lots of Ford. Everything you touch comes from Ford.
Yeah. Which, I mean, yeah, you've got reliability on your side, but it does spoil it a little on the inside, doesn't it?
Yeah, the inside of those particularly has not aged well at all. I think the interior, particularly the dashboard, is very dated.
It's like they've carpet bombed it with buttons, haven't they?
Yeah, just because it was pre-screens, so
that I like.
Everything got a button, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Mind you, I got you say that. I mean, my Volvo's that dates back to really late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
and that's quite a lot of buttons as well.
That's been machine gunned as well, hasn't it? Yes, that's right. They're just everywhere.
But when you're driving along, you can find them without taking your eyes off the road.
No, I agree. We've talked about this, haven't we? The pitfalls of a software-based control panel, and we know why they do it. And we're both software guys. We know how it works, and we know the advantages of it. But there's a lot of disadvantages as well.
There are, but yeah,
that model of XK, I think the exterior is aged quite nicely, but the interior really hasn't. And it's a very deep dash on those. It's a big, solid lump. I do think the convertible is better looking than the coupe.
Yeah. I'll go along with
it. But on the whole, I think if you're having something from that era, the DB7 is probably a bit better looking.
It is, and you might as well go on that because they're both bloody headaches and not going to be particularly friendly on the wallet.
That's the thing, isn't it? You might as well, if you're looking at that, go, although it's, twice the price these days, you sort of might as well go for the Aston. Because I think it's got it on looks. And of course, you do have the option of a V12 with the DB7.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not content with enough issues with 6 cylinders, you might as well chuck another 6 into the mix.
Yeah, and if you're not so bothered about the fuel prices, if your first name is Lord or Earl, something like that, then you could go for the Aston, but or you could just have an XJS instead, and then you've got a more pure design.
Well, that's it, and you're less cramped inside.
Although still quite cramped.
Yeah, I mean not roomy, but yeah. But you know what? It's like considering they are an XJS underneath, but at least with the XJS, you didn't have to have all the safety features wrapped around you.
You didn't, and you got a nice thin-rimmed steering wheel and delicate little dials. And I mean, I've been in a few XJSs, and they feel more special than the later cars.
Okay, I
think it feels more Jaguar-y, if you know what I mean. They've got that sort of kind of lovely huggy feeling that the early Jaguars had, that the sort of later ones lost a little bit.
Without sounding like an utter pervert, I bet it smelled better as well. Something about an older car and the whiff.
Indeed, particularly because I've been in a V12 XJS. And of course, then you've got a lovely soundtrack as well, that kind of distant rumble that you get from the V12. At this stage, I'd be very tempted to go for an XJS rather than an XK, to be honest.
Well, at least doing that is not only is it, but it's more of a classic. It's you're going to get less abuse from the onlookers.
That's probably fair to say. Yeah,
because if you rock up in an Aston of any sort, while they are quite cool, you're still going to get called a prick.
Sadly, so that will never happen in an XJS.
No.
It just won't.
No, because it while it's classy, it's understated, and it's lovely.
The thing I like about the XJS, and you can say this about the S-Type as well, it kind of exists in its own bubble. There was never another Jaguar quite like it.
Yeah.
And the XJS, particularly following the E-Type, got a lot of hate.
Oh yeah.
At the time, it doesn't now, but at the time it did.
But it's just weird, isn't it? Because you think where the E-Type ended up in that Series 3, it was just a hideous thing.
It was a mess, wasn't it, by the end? Yeah. But the XJS was never meant to replace the E-Type. It's a different thing.
Well, that's it,
because
because
it's supposed to be a sports car. It's a cruiser.
Well, and you think it's not even part of the same naming structure, because the E-Types were XKs.
Yes, they were.
And
yes,
obviously,
they were.
XJS is XJS.
It's his own thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not. It's
its
not a
own thing.
replacement.
No,
Not even
not at all.
close.
Yeah, I was reading a funny thing the other day about the naming of the XJS, and that they seemed to change their minds because some of them were badged XJS, some of them were badged XJ-S.
All right.
And apparently, in some parts of the world, it was sold under the name S-Type, which I never knew. But apparently, they kept changing their minds on what to call it.
So what's the hyphen got to do with it? And where's that?
I have no idea. No idea. But some of them, in fact, if you look at the boot badge on some of the early ones, it's XJ-S. But on the later ones, particularly the facelift,
okay, yeah, because that makes
it's just XJS.
That's interesting. That makes sense, actually. Now you say that, like early ones having the hyphen.
Yeah, they did. But the later ones didn't. They did away with the hyphen. So I don't know. And then, of course, so they messed around with the badging of the engine as well. Some of them had the HE badge for the V12, which apparently, do you know what HE stood for?
Oh God, I'm liking where this is going.
High efficiency.
What?
On a 6-litre V12.
That's really pushing it, isn't it?
Honestly, that's what it stood for. The early HE models, that's what it stood for, high efficiency. Because apparently you got an extra 2 miles per gallon.
Oh, there's the efficiency right there.
They tweaked it, yes.
Oh my God. What?
I can't remember where I read that recently. That's what the early ones were badged HE. If you look, then that's what it means. But so slightly confused badging aside, at this point, I'd be very tempted to go for an XJS rather than XK. It just feels more classically Jaguar.
Yeah.
And it's kind of low and sleek, and it's everything we love about Jaguar, really.
Because where would you go though? Which era would you pick? Because we had the really early ones, and we had the HEs, which, because you say that. Now you say what it means. It's ridiculous because that the early ones didn't have that, did they? It was 81 onwards.
What era would I go for? That's interesting. I would probably not have a very late one. The one with the slightly different rear lights and the smoked glass rear lights that wrapped around the whole thing, and the different rear windows. I wouldn't have a facelift.
Yeah, because the in between ones, they had the kind of, I don't know how to describe it, they're sort of I don't know, they had the rounded off corner lights, didn't they? Sort of crescent type lights.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the sort of those.
That's peak XJS for me.
I think it is. I think I would go for 2. I'd go for the sort of Series 1.5 or whatever it was called, the sort of facelift of the Series 1.
Yeah.
So not the big rubber bumper one, although, that...
I mean, I do like, I like that. I mean, I like all of them, but of the real sort of the 90s facelift ones, I really struggle with.
Yeah, I do. I don't like those much. I think I'd probably go for something like an 87, 88, something like that. I think they'd ironed a lot of the problems out of it by then.
Yeah, that seems fair. I think
it was a better built car by then.
I think that's quite appealing because I think not only does it look good, and it does the trick nicely. And I remember having various models of that particular era of them as well, and thinking, that's the one. That is.
I have a number in my diecast collection, various scales. Yes, indeed. Yes, I'd probably go for one of those, either in the dark metallic red or the British Racing green. Something like that. And I think with those, you could go for a coupe or a convertible. Coupe is a bit cheaper.
And the lesser seen Targa as well.
Yes, there wasn't there? Yeah,
not for very long,
as they called it. No, not for very long. They're quite rare now.
Yeah, I think that was a very small window. I mean, obviously the XJS ran for quite some time, but that was really, really small window in terms of XJS production. That was
1975 to 1990. When did they stop it?
96, I think.
96. Yeah, that's a hell of a production run. Yeah, basically unchanged. A few tweaks here and there.
That's it. So that was, what's that? That was 21 years on its own, and then it formed the underpinnings of
the XK, and the DB7. Yeah,
which ran to early to mid 2000s, didn't it?
2000. And when did the Callum XK come in? 2005?
Yeah, I remember seeing the prototypes from in about 2004, that baby blue one that was doing the rounds.
That's right. Yeah. So I think the very last of the previous shape were probably 54 plates.
That sounds about right, yeah.
I think 2005, the Callum one came in, which was a completely different car.
Yeah. We'll carry out that. No XJS bits on that.
No, that was, I mean, that again came squarely from the Ford era, but it was a completely fresh design.
Yeah.
And those now would be very tempting, but they're a lot more money, of course.
Yeah, they're newer, they're a bit better made, they're better specs.
Yeah, get a few more toys in there. But yes, a lot more money. But yes, interesting. Okay, so Jaguar coupes.
Okay, so right, we've really agreed on that. Then we're having a mid-80s XJS, and
I think we are.
We both agree on that. Are we dishing out as a consumer advice? Do we want to label that? I don't know.
It's not going to be a daily, is it? Let's be honest.
But not at the minute. Bloody hell, no.
No, especially if you've got a V12.
Depends how far you're going during your day.
This is true.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.